No, I'm cool. Can all you hear me? Does anybody can hear me? Making sure you all can hear me. Give me a thumbs up. I'm gonna put in here. It's time for Power Shift Your Week with Daymond John. Power Shift. And I'm gonna pin this right now. Let me make sure. Give me a thumbs up if you could hear me, please. Okay, she said yes. I think Manette. Okay, good. I wear these I wear these AirPods only when I do this. I actually don't like wearing them. I believe you got so much crap going to your head. All right. Power Shift Your Week. You know, when I give you a bunch of stuff out there that I'm learning from, and I see Danny from Miami here, and Counted Apparel is here. Who else is here? Big Bad Bev, Group Shaw, International Bucks, Glamour Glam. All right. There you go. All right. So I'm gonna hop right into it real quick, and then I'm gonna take people, and I'm going to pick some people to talk about what's up, what's going on. Somebody said, "Can you say my name?" It's XX Akil XX. All right. Shout out to Canada. They're in here. They're in the house. Patricia Hutton Jones. All right. So. All right, here we go. Let me go to my stats. And in fact, I wrote some stuff here down here. All right. So, according to a TikTok corporate report, the average user watches TikTok for 81 minutes per day, and 26 to 31% of those users are over the age of 30. I want you to think about that. All the people who are saying TikTok is stupid or this is stupid. Think about what I just said. They watch it on an average of 81 minutes. Now, if you're watching a TV show like Shark Tank with commercials, you're only watching 48 minutes, right? So that's almost double watching a television show. And if 26 to 31% of those users are over the age of 30, well, then you can no longer say that it's only kids watching. Also, remember, when you start to use these platforms a year, 2 years, 5 years ago, whatever it could be, Snapchat, various other things, those people who are 18 years old are now 22, 24, 26, 30. There are people who are buying your product. There are people who are getting used to your product and understanding, or your service or yourself, and understanding who you are, and they're growing up with you. On Shark Tank, you got to tune in when you want to tune in. It doesn't come directly to your phone or directly to your devices and gives you an alert. And so I want people to be very, very aware of that. Now, here's some more stats that here are some more things I'm going to tell you about how you can use it. And I'm not going to generalize. I'm about to get a little more deeper into this part. So when you first started hearing about it, you thought TikTok may have been for kids. You're like, well, how can I get the kids? Well, if I was just hashtagging on there for FUBU, would I hashtag FUBU? Maybe not necessarily, right? Or would I hashtag hip hop culture? If you hashtag hip hop culture for things that you post or things you're looking for, and you start going deep into niches, well, in hip hop culture, the tag has over 8.4 million views. All right, now you're getting deeper into an area that is more specific for you. All right, what about if you talking about Daymond on Demand? Let's say my course. Well, I could hashtag Daymond on Demand. Little to no people may be on there doing dances or songs or anything to do, because it's not only dancing and singing they're doing. But if I hashtag small business owners, well, if you look up that hashtag on TikTok, guess how many people are on there? 1.3 billion views on small business owner. So are you doing that when you are giving information about your business, when you're talking about specials, when you're talking about what you do for people, how to raise capital, where to find strategic partners, even if you're doing it in a song and a dance, right? So make sure you think about other ways to get in there. And don't be afraid of all these platforms. Make sure you, first of all, register your name, get your name locked in, because if you don't do it because you're like, well, I'm not on this platform, that platform. Well, what if you end up getting somebody to work for you that's on that platform? What if somebody mentions you on that platform? What if you try to go on there later on, a year from now, and your name is not registered on that platform? Think about going and trademarking things or patenting things. You go out and spend all this money for trademarks, patent, doing business ads, and all this other thing. And most of these platforms are free, but you didn't lock up your name. And all of a sudden now, 2 years later, you decided that you understood the value of it, and your name is taken, right? Or, and it's not the same. Nobody stole your name, but like me, I have the Shark Daymond. So do I have to have it on another platform calling Daymond John the Shark and or by Daymond? Lock up as many names you can. That's why I'm doing the same when I'm on this new platform called Clubhouse. Clubhouse may come, it may go, but I find it to be a great platform now where it's an audio platform, and I'm going to learn as much as I can about Clubhouse the same way I try to learn about TikTok and Snapchat. And a lot of people may say, well, I don't have time for all this stuff, but think about it. Most of these platforms are free to get your information out. You can test your market groups, your demographics, any kind of your psychographics, excuse me. And it's free. Where other places can you go for free? Can you stand on the corner for free and hand out flyers? Well, the flyers cost you money, don't they? Right? So take this time to learn these platforms as much as you can, because this is where obviously the world is going. That's not something that I am not telling you something brand new. I'm not telling you something brand new. Obviously, you see with the crash of what's happening. This is where it's at. All right. So please try to do that. Now, by the way, I do want to give a special acknowledgement for MLK Day. Obviously, I know many people realize that we need his voice more now than ever before to create, unity instead of separation. So I hope everybody's having a very happy MLK Day. As I was growing up, every day, no matter what day it was, that I was off from school, my mother would make me read vast amount of books on that person and or that community, such as veterans, or for Memorial Day or MLK Day, or even Washington's birthday, whether she agreed or did not agree about the history of the person. The history of the person is the history of the person. However it was presented to us may be altered, but she made me understand and be a little more appreciative of the reason why we were celebrating our independence or Labor Day or anything else. So, as you have your kids at home, I know it's already frustrating enough being a virtual teacher when you have enough things to be concerned about in life. But I found that to be very useful for me as an adult, as I grew up, to understand about all these reasons why we have decided to celebrate these days. And MLK Day, I don't think, could be any more relevant today, as we're dealing with all the challenging things. All right. So as of right now, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go think about a hashtag that represents you. I know a lot of you already do it on Twitter and Instagram and LinkedIn, but also think about it. Use it on those other platforms such as TikTok. All right. Let's see what else we have here. Let's do. We're gonna go to. Actually, I didn't realize I have a guest today. Lean and Faith. I'm gonna go and check out Lean and Faith. Let me see here. Do I have her here? Oh man, I didn't know I was having somebody today. Sorry, Lean Ann, if I was a little late on. I was speaking of Gabriel was running over. Where's Lean Ann Faith? Lean Ann Faith. I don't see her here at the moment. All right, let me see if I can pick somebody else. All right, if somebody else wants to talk to me while I wait for Lean Ann. Let's see if somebody else wants to talk to me. Put your name in. Let me see. Request me. All right, we're good. So it says 22 requests here. I said I have 22 requests, but I don't see everybody here. I do not know what's going on, everybody. I'm sorry about this. All right, here goes. View request. I'm having a hard. Oh, there goes Leanne Faith. I got it. There you go. And Hey,
Oh, there it goes. Okay.
how you doing?
Good. How are you, Damon?
I'm good. I'm sorry that I'm running late. I did not look at my notes and knew because usually I interview somebody on Tuesdays.
Oh, no worries at all. This is a blessing. I'm actually off from work, so it works out perfectly. I'm a teacher, so I'm grateful that you took my call. I'm very thankful.
Well, I appreciate you. I remember you DMing me. You got a really great piece of work in the background that looks like one of my pieces of artwork. Remember your why,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
yeah, and well, you were one of my ambassadors.
Yes.
And so I know we never really spoke directly like this, but you DM'd me. I knew that you've been supporting me, and I know that you want to talk about your product and stuff like that. And I said, listen, let's do it. So tell everybody who you are and what you do and how you help the kids.
Well, thank you so much, Damon. Before I do that, I just want to say thank you very much because you're a huge blessing to myself and to my family. Thank you for writing Power Shift, your post on Instagram. I have three kids. I'm a teacher. I have a lot on my plate, but you really do pour into the people that follow you. And those of us that listen, we're blessed by it. So
Oh, thank you.
thank you. And to just let you know a little bit about me, I was raised by a single mom. She raised all six of us by herself. So having so many brothers and sisters, we all started working from a very young age. I started working when I was 12 years old. We have a lot that in common. I remember you sharing that you started working young as well. And my mom just taught us about the importance of having good character from a young age. She reminded us that having character is more important than having gold. So I love kids and I love writing. So I use my love for character, children, and writing. And I came up with an 8-book series called The Adventures of Peace Be in the Heart Watch.
Okay.
And this is the character right there.
Uh-huh.
We're working on him becoming a cartoon. Just really great things. Power Shift was such a huge blessing to my life. And I mean, I can go on and on about so many things that I've learned from Power Shift, but we're in 34 schools. With COVID. We haven't been able to get into more schools, which is completely understandable. But
Sure.
we do our thing on Instagram and things like that. So yeah, I'm just grateful, and I'm very grateful for you. So
Well, I appreciate it. So first of all, thank you so much for somebody who is a mother of three, as well as you teach every day. My work is easy. I can come on an hour late on Instagram, and I can share it when I want to share it, and not want to share stuff when I'm not feeling well. But I think one of the hardest jobs to do is take people step by step through lessons every day, no matter how good or bad you're feeling. And so thank you for being a teacher, especially during these times when I know I think everybody can appreciate now how much harder it is to be a teacher. Every parent who has to obviously take on the duty. So thank you so much. So your book,
thank you.
how many are there out there?
There's 8 books in the
Hmm.
set, and we are in 34 schools here locally in Broward County.
Hmm.
And I don't do it full time. I tried it doing Peace Be full time, but learning from you, I remember you at the time when I took off. You mentioned like don't leave your 9 to 5,
Right,
and I was like, well, if Daymond John is saying not to leave my 9 to 5, why did I leave my 9 to 5? But I'm glad
right,
I did it for that time. But
right.
when you were kind of really going in on that at the same time that I happened to leave, and I decided to go back, it was best for my children. I went little things like putting my daughter in gymnastics. I wasn't able to,
Yeah.
when I was taking the leap of faith. However, yeah, so I'm glad that I did, go back to work because I do love teaching. I do love teaching, and peace be something that's a part of me, but I can't do it 100%. So I just do it when I have the time, and I, do the best with the time that I have.
Now, as of right now, from a branding perspective, we see the character, but there is no way for us to follow up on the name and everything else. So, of course, I would love to see the identification underneath or something to go back to it, so people could follow you. Um, so, when you were writing it, because there are a lot of people here who feel that they have things that they can share with various different communities. Did you draw all the drawings? How did you put the whole thing together? Because there's so many
Sure.
different parts of being a publisher and an author.
There is, and you learn as you go. For me, I tapped into what was around me, and my mom has 6 kids, so we all have different talents. I can't draw at all, but my brother David is like the best illustrator, and he has a lot of other talents, but he's the one who created Peace Be visually. And so David helped out with that. He loves Peace Be just as much as I do. And through it, my other brother, Paul, he's a business guy. You guys have a lot in common. So sometimes he'll, like you'll say something, Paul will say the same thing. He helped with other parts, like the trademarks and things like that. I learned that from you, but in terms of like the investment and things like that, my
Sure.
other brother was involved.
And how about
So
getting it printed? Then you got to get it printed. Then you got to get it distributed, but forget distribution. That's probably by yourself, unpacking boxes. But the printing part and then the selling part to other schools, how did you do that?
So the printing, we've had a local printer, which we built an amazing relationship with, and he's a great guy. So local printer, and then after that, I'm a teacher, and I reach out to our school board, and I explain that I wrote 8 books based off of the character traits, respect, responsibility, self-control, and things like that. And initially they told me we can't we can't include you in the school board because you're self-published. But I have a lot of faith, and I don't really, I know things happen the way they're supposed to. I just keep going for it. I went to an event and I met the lady who put on the event, and she loved Peace Be. And make a long story short, we were approved. And the same person that told us that we couldn't do it was the same person that signed off that we were approved.
Very good.
Yeah, and so from that's how I was able to get into the 34 schools. We recently became distributors for the state of vendors for the state of Florida. It's something I have to go into more. So we're not just in Broward, and eventually not just in Florida, but in other states in the United States as well.
Yeah, so I mean, everybody here can learn. I mean, it doesn't mean that the first no is a no because the person doesn't like you or they won't reconsider. But I think that that person who initially said this is the challenge, well, then you can knock on some more doors, and then if somebody else who may have had the power to work with that person, override that person, that whatever, make an exception. Well, then now you made that person who initially said, "Well, I don't think it can happen." You made their job easier because now you got 2 or 3 people, moving for you. I think that I know in New York, there's a lot of distributors, a lot of people writing books right now want it to be through, obviously the big ones and know how do you get publishing. But of course, ebooks are things that you can do, as well as you can go to distributors that actually just buy the books. I mean, I know in New York, I think it's called ABC distributors. You can do that. But you can also, seeing that your brother knows animation, again, like you said, I think you said there's a cartoon. I believe Peppa Pig started off as a YouTube sensation. Am I correct on that?
I'm not sure how they started in terms of if they started at YouTube, but I know YouTube is a great start in terms of the animation
Yeah.
piece of it. And that's great. That's what I would need to do is just do YouTube, just me and the books,
Yeah.
because animation gets pricey, but just me and the books, and that's something that I need to do like yesterday.
That is the
Yeah.
power of broke, of course, and I'm glad you brought that up, right? Instead of if you don't have the resource to go into animation right away, because I don't know if your brother could, there are plenty out there of YouTube channels where people are reading books to kids, and that's great, right? And all you need is your iPhone and know how to post it on YouTube, and then of course get parents to share it. And I know a lot of parents, if obviously as a teacher, you know how to probably keep kids' attention way better than a lot of us do. You probably will be able to help the parents out because they're so busy wondering, all right, well, I got to cook dinner right now. Let me go on the YouTube and pull up one of your videos so you can keep the kids hopefully, stuck to it for at least 10 minutes or 20 minutes so I can go and cook dinner.
That's perfect advice, and I'm gonna take it. And Minka can watch it.
Minka will watch it. All right. So how do people find you?
Well, Peace Bees, I like your idea. We're gonna add like his little tag.
Yeah.
It's Peace Bee Kids. So
Peace.
the
Spell it.
peace, like let the peace be with you. So PEACEBE Kids. Peace Be Kids is the hashtag or the. I'm learning all this stuff. The little thing on Instagram.
Don't
It's
worry,
Peace.
I'm dyslexic. I'm learning the right way to say peace. Was it a P? I would have spelled it peace like piece of pie,
Um,
PIECE. You know what I
like this kind.
mean? All right, thank you. I wish you all the best, and
Thank you so much.
you got it. Bye bye.
All right. God bless. Take
God
care.
bless you. There you have it, teacher. Using the power of broke. Got it into 13 schools. I think she said 13 schools. Didn't take no for an answer and is slowly moving forward on, advancing it to, on YouTube and various other ways. So excellent, excellent, excellent. I love speaking to her. And why did I highlight her? Well, she just asked. Was my ambassador for my power shift and showed appreciation and showed what she learned. And, when you give, people want to give back. So I gave, hopefully thinking that people would value the information I had on power shift. And she gave back saying, hey, I do value the information. And you can clearly see that she supports me. And then I said, well, okay, no problem. I have no problem giving it to you as well. And it doesn't mean you have to follow me forever. So, as long as I just feel that you're a great person. All right, I'm going to bring one more person on, and I'm going to let everybody else go about the rest of your day. Let's see if we can get one more person here. Who do we have here? I want to see Max for life.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh
What's
my
up,
God!
Matt?
Damn, what's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm good, brother. I'm good. What's happening? So
Uh,
tell us who you are, what you got.
Well, my name is Max Michelle, and my brand is called Max Life. And
I've
Max
talked. Did I
only life.
talk to you before?
Yeah, we talked
I
before.
talked to you before
Yeah, we
because
talked before.
the logo and the there you go. But I talked to you before because I was talking to you about the brand.
Yeah,
Was it about 8 months ago or 7 months ago?
8 months ago. It was about 8 months ago.
You're unstoppable, man.
Yeah,
You
man.
had it. You had it on a shirt though when I saw you.
Yeah, I got it everywhere now. I got it on masks, shirts, hoodies. Yeah. I took everything of what you said and I just kept it rolling.
And
I,
where are you
I
based?
kept my head down and now it's back up and now I see you again.
Where are you based, man?
I'm in Maplewood, New Jersey.
Maplewood, New Jersey. All right. So is it Max for Life or is Max Life, right?
No, it's Max Life.
Max Life.
Yeah, Max
I
Life
think it says it all.
is the only life. This is crazy.
That's great, man. So
Yeah.
talk to me, man. What happened since we talked?
Well,
Yeah.
well, since we talked, well, I got my 9 to 5 and stuff like that. So since we talked, I was an employee, but now I'm a supervisor. You know, at Whole,
Nice.
at Whole Foods Market in Vauxhall, New Jersey. And I just been keep on going. Just been branding more, just just doing everything that you basically the gym that you gave me. I just applied it more, and I just got the brand just going.
So wait a minute. Not only did you grow the business a little bit, but you grew your position where you're working at
Yeah,
Whole Foods from up into your supervisor now.
yeah, I'm a super.
And and what are you learning from that job? Because that job, I'm sure, is going to because Whole Foods is obviously it's
Yeah,
by Amazon, large corporation. They work systematically. They know how to advertise, market, get goods out.
yeah,
I would assume, and I'm hoping that you're learning a lot from your supervisor position that you're applying to your regular day,
I am.
your Max Life.
Yes, I am. I'm learning more how to delegate and just being a boss and stuff like that. So
Okay, good. You also they probably I used to look in when I used to work at Red Lobster. I used to look at all the quarterly reports that are issued to everybody. When a lot of the other waiters didn't look at the quarterly reports, and not that I studied them really hard, because
yeah,
listen, I wasn't a big finance dude at 18 years old. But as they would write in there some things such as where they have seen loss, where they're going in the future, where they see growth, where the market is moving, it started to make me think like in buckets like that. Where's the market going? Where's loss at? Where's this? Where's that? So I hope you have access to those quarterly reports.
Yes, I actually do, but I haven't really been checking them and stuff like that. But I've been upselling and stuff like that for the most part and
No
everything.
problem, but don't brush it off like when I just told you. You say I ain't been checking them. You know what to do? Start checking them.
Of
Right?
course,
It's never too late. Start
not
checking them.
never too late. It's
Think
never.
about what you're doing right now. You're getting access to millions and millions and millions of dollars of some of the smartest minds that are putting in reports where a company that deals with perishables that is globally recognized, but definitely mainly in the United States, owned by one of the largest corporations in the world, is just laying out the information there. Think about that. So everybody here who is, working at a corporation and stuff like that, think about all that type of stuff. It's the smartest people in the world that are putting these reports together.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely.
All right, so Max Life. So how can we get it? Tell me about the line. What does it mean? Why does somebody care? I mean, I care about it now because of that great smile, that dedication you have, and that logo I get it, right? And it looks cool, right? So you can be wearing it and somebody will look at it and be like, what does that say? Or it just looks fast. It looks nice, right? I don't even need to know what it says because it's appealing right now. But
Yeah.
tell me why other people should be buying and believing in you and believing in your product.
Well, because life in general, you only have one life to live. So with that one life, you have to max it out. You get what I'm saying? You only have one life to live, so you have to max life, whatever that you're doing. And if you're not max lifing, you're no lifing. Like you have to put the work in. You have to keep going. You have to drive. Like, oh my God, this is crazy.
Hey, if I was you, I'd be looking through here because I see that a lot of there's been several. There's a woman said I can move to New Jersey. There's a couple of people. There's a couple of ladies here that got
Hey
that
man,
they're checking you, man. Are you so all right? So listen, when I first came up with my idea, and I said to the girl I was living with her, she's a little bit older than me, very sweet. She was about 30. How old are you?
I'm 26.
I was about 23 and I said, hey, I'm gonna start this company called Food Boy. I think I've been on the streets doing it and doing really well. And she said to me, man, another harebrained scheme idea. I said, can I borrow $1,000? Now, I had borrowed money from her in the past and I gave it right back to her with interest. And then I think she borrowed money from me one time and she gave it back to me. And she said, man, another scheme or another interest. It wasn't like a scheme.
Yeah,
And I used to be a van driver, and when I had to borrow it because I may have had my van broken down and whatever, I needed money to get back, and I never put things in a scheme. And I remember saying to her at that point, I remember saying, you know, I don't think you don't have faith in me, and it's cool. I get it. I'm not, you're not my mother, but we've had a symbiotic relationship. I said, and I remember that was the kind of that was one of the breaking points to our relationship. I was like, would you? I don't even want to be a man in your life that you don't have faith because if we end up having kids, in my mind, I was saying this.
yeah,
If we end up having kids and stuff like that, how can you have a partner that you don't believe in and everything's a
yeah,
kind of like idea like that? And and in return, I felt that I was kind of sour, and I felt, you know what? If I ever make it, I'm going to feel like she didn't believe in me, and I'm going to not treat her right. So I broke out. I mean, I left her. I moved out. I remember, 10 years later, she came over to my house. We remained friends, and I was married at the time, and my house was very nice. And she was like, "No, you still need that $1,000?" So I said I had to say, "You single, man?" Because a lot of ladies on here are looking for you or checking for you, or are you like Mark Cuban said when he was starting his business, or when a woman, I know many women say the same thing, when the significant, or not the significant, the boyfriend, the girlfriend say, "Yo, it's either me or the business," and they go, "Oh, what was your name again?" So which one are you doing right now?
Nah, right now I'm not going. I am not single. I'm in a relationship right now and
Good
stuff.
for you.
But yeah,
All right, all right. So everybody who's asking about moving to New Jersey and saying all that good stuff about you,
sorry,
very
lady.
good. Hope you have a very supportive woman. All right. So where can we find the product? And what does the product line consist of? Is it just hats and T-shirts? and full zip hoodies right now? And where can we find it?
Well, you can find my apparel at maxlifeapparel.com, and that's through Shopify. I have my own Shopify account, and on Instagram, Max5Life. So you'll see that everywhere.
All right, man. Well, wish you all the best. Hope you're staying safe. I mean, you are, at the end of the day, working on the front line. If you are at Whole Foods and making sure we and all our stuff is being delivered on time, and we are being able to feed our families. So all the best to you, man. And hopefully I'll see you a little bit,
Well,
a little bit later, but more than likely, I'm sure that I will see you at the top. All
yeah,
right?
definitely meet at the top.
You got it, brother. Peace.
Thank you, man.
You got it. All right, there you have it. Another very focused young man, keeping his day job as well as working his evening job. You remember, your day job won't make you rich; it'll only be your homework. I'm not the one who said that first. I think it was Tony Robbins who said it first. I got to tell you, I was watching Shallow Hal the other night. How many people watch Shallow Hal? And that's got to be one of the funniest movies ever. If you haven't seen Shallow Hal, do me a favor, check it out. And even if you do have seen Shallow Hal, please, go back and check it out, because it is one of the funniest movies you will ever see. All right, so I'm going to send you guys off right now, and I'm going to give you, as course, a dad joke. Are you guys ready for a dad joke? Let me just make sure you know. Do they allow loud laughing in Hawaii, or just aloha? Danny, did you hear that one? I'm going to say it one more time just in case you didn't hear it. Do they allow laughing in Hawaii, or just do they allow a loud laugh in Hawaii, or just aloha? When you screw it up, it makes it even better. No? All right. All right. All right. We got one more. And this one came in from somebody. All right. This one came in from somebody. All right. I never try to say it with a straight face. What do you call James Bond taking a bath? Bubble '07. Oh shit! Oh, set that in. Oh. All right, everybody. I will see you all later. Peace.